everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a Panama political update. Usually, I'm sure most people can agree, politics is something we try to avoid talking about, especially in today's age, and especially if you're from the United States. However, I have some good news about Panama and its current political landscape. And I wanted to jump on here and talk about this because I'm receiving a lot of emails, especially from my US peeps. Obviously, everyone knows that the United States is extremely divided between the left and the right. So depending on where the person kind of stands in that divide, I think both sides are very concerned about the upcoming election. So regardless of whether you're left or right, I think we're gonna see a lot of half of you come November. So I'm looking forward to meeting the other party that doesn't win. But it's a crazy time in the world right now. You know, we have everything that's going on in Ukraine, the unrest in Israel. Here in the Americas, we've got the political turbulence that's going on in Colombia with their president Petro, in Venezuela, that claims to be a democracy, but we all know that is not the case. So Venezuela is greatly suffering with Maduro, and I really hope that things are made right there. The good news is here in Panama, we're actually seeing a lot of advancement. So if you remember, a couple months ago, we announced that Mulino was elected president. I think that everyone was a little kind of on the fence, concerned with maybe his ties to Martinelli, who proved to boost the economy while he was in office, but also be extremely corrupt. But I'm so impressed, and I know that a lot of other expats and Panamanians kind of feel the same because I've been having this conversation frequently. And you know, I've always loved Panama. I've always felt I've gone through 4 presidencies since I've lived here. And even though a couple of them, you know, didn't really do much, I've always felt really, really safe. I do have to say that I am super impressed with José Raúl Mulino. You know, he's only been in office for like a month and a half, but he's already making significant impact. One of the things that I have really been impressed by is, and it's unprecedented, but he addresses the nation every Thursday. So every Thursday, he gets online on television and he lets the country know what he's working on, what the updates are, any progress, any future goals, and that's super impressive. He's connecting with the people, he's keeping us updated, he's showing us that he really is trying to get a jump start to the many issues that Panama is facing. So I'm really impressed by that. Also has talked about the upcoming budget for 2025, and his goal is to show the world that Panama is dedicated to managing their funds responsibly. Obviously for a variety of reasons in cases with previous presidencies, things like Panama Papers, Panama has kind of lost its faith in some international leaders, thinking that they are extremely irresponsible with their finances, and he's determined to turn that around. Is focusing on cutting operating expenses, not investments. So I think that's his first move. He's like, we're gonna cut these expenses, and then in the future, after we've accomplished that, we can focus on investments and revenue, bringing in more money. He has designated Miguel Bernal to lead a commission that will define the ideal size of the government. So one of Panama's issues is that it's a super small country. Everybody knows everybody. And when a new president is elected and new ministers are elected, then everybody wants to help out their brother, cousin, mother, aunt, friend of a friend, people they owe, people they made promises to in their campaign. So they end up like creating all of these positions that didn't exist before. And it's really just, it's corruption is what it is, right? So Mulino realized that there's way too many positions, there's way too many funds being spent. So he has designated Bernal, that is his job is to determine which of these positions are actually needed and which of them can be eliminated in order to cut costs. So we know that Panama deals with a lot of corruption. Every presidency has stolen just a gazillion dollars. The amount of money that Panama brings in revenue compared to its size of 4 million population, there's no reason, like if these funds were being managed responsibly, poverty should not exist in this country. So another thing that he is addressing is the mine issue. So if you followed the news, you probably saw that last year, end of 2023, we had massive protests, whole country shut down. One of the biggest copper mines in the world is located in Panama. That was shut down. The previous administration were found a contract that they wrote was deemed unconstitutional. So Mulino, he's saying that he's not going to be pressured by international demands, but that he is investigating and working hard to stabilize the country's legal environment after the mine closure. So he is addressing it. We don't know what the outcome is going to be, but at least it's being looked at. So he's also focusing on accountability, not persecution. So what we've seen in the past with other previous administrations is, that going after each other, like feuds. And so this one's going to put this one in jail, and obviously it takes up time and takes up resources. So what he said is that he is going to take a firm stand on accountability. He's instructing all the ministers to report any irregularities that are found in the previous administration. But he's also made it clear that his government isn't going to waste time on political persecution like previous administrations, that his goal is to move forward and not look back. So that's super positive. So another significant move that he's doing is he's transforming financial aid into loans. There has been a lot in previous administrations, a lot of very controversial financial aid loans of the minister's children or friends, family that get these large sums of money to go to these excellent universities. So he's trying to get rid of that and get those repaid by those who didn't fit the low income profile. So if they're investigating, so if someone got $200,000 and their parents didn't fit the low income profile, he's going to require them to pay them back. Obviously, that just kind of ties in together that he's demonstrating like we are going to use funds responsibly starting now. He's also improving public services. So he started addressing the deficiencies in public services, mainly electricity and water. If you don't know, like Panama has had significant electricity and water issues. They're basically monopolized by two companies, like one company for electric, one for water. And it's just been very, very difficult, especially in specific locations. Tons of outages, overcharges, lots of voltage issues, which, can burn out your appliances. So he is the first president I've seen to really take a stand. They're actually filed like a $7 million lawsuit against Naturgy, the electricity company, and he is demanding that they improve their services all around, also with the water. Panama receives more rainfall than most countries in the world, so there's absolutely zero reason why Panama should be dealing with water shortages or water issues. So he's really addressing those, and obviously those are big items. I mean, electricity and water are super important in everyone's quality of life. So he's demonstrating that he's setting higher standards, right, for the country. So there you have it. That's a quick update on the positive political developments in Panama. Again, I just thought this would be a great topic, since if you're not here in Panama and you're in other countries where things are not so positive, maybe this can give you a little peace of mind. or maybe this is the information that you're waiting for or needing to help you make a decision on coming to explore Panama or making that jump. I realize that the future is uncertain. I realize that things could change at any moment, but again, having lived this as my 4th presidency, I've never seen so much progress so quickly. So I'm feeling really good about it. I know political discussions can be tough, but I think it's really important that we also talk about positive politics, which I haven't had the opportunity to do that in a really long time. So as always, if you're thinking about moving to Panama, myself and my team, we're here to help you with your questions. All of my contact details are in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay up to date, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.